Coming up on UIWtv, check out the yearly Guatemala Solidarity trip that helped benefit students and what they experienced. Next, take a look at why UIW students are embracing shopping at thrift stores. And later, find out which short film won a recent award. All this and more on UIWtv.
Welcome back to UIWtv. We're here to bring you all the latest in news, entertainments, and sports. I'm Ryan Treviño.
And I'm Ellie Vallor. We're so glad you're tuning in with us today for our third newscast of the school year. As you know, we have Halloween around the corner. Do you have any plans, Ryan?
Not really. I just plan to hang around my house and give some candy out to my neighbors. What about you, Ellie?
Well, I think for me, a good trick-or-treating will do. Well, we hope our viewers can stay safe this Halloween while also having a good time. With that, let's check out what's been happening recently. UIW celebrated Heritage Day by having an annual gathering to honor the institution's rich history, the mission of UIW, and the dedication of all the staff, faculty, and administrators. Attendees were also able to express their gratitude towards the founding Sisters of Charity of the Incarnate Word.
UIW welcomed living legend Jean Watson for a special presentation. Dr. Watson is the current founder of Center for Human Caring Colorado and holds the title Distinguished Professor of Nursing at the University of Colorado. Dr. Watson presented her lecture titled Unitary Caring Science, a Full Circle of Knowledge at the Rosenberg Sky Room. She continues to inspire students to foster good patient-to-caregiver relationships. In the summer, the university held its yearly Guatemala Solidarity trip in partnership with Little Angels of Mary. Our reporter Ringo Garcia has the details.
Little Angels of Mary is a recent organization founded in 2022, and in 2023 they started taking UIW students to help on their mission of providing a better education and a better nutrition for the children of Guatemala.
We actually identified 16 different programs across this campus that this particular village could use their content expertise from. Education, engineering, nursing, fashion design.
Since 2023, UIW has embarked on a solidarity trip to Guatemala. The trip seeks to improve education and nutrition in the rural villages of Santa Polonia. Students went to the communities of Chimaltenango, 3 hours away from Guatemala City, to assist and help the local communities, especially in health and education. Students from all majors got to go on this trip, putting their fields and talents to the test. Students were able to complete all their service hours and got to explore the country's wonders afterwards.
As a student, I believe that you should search for different opportunities to use the talents that you have and use the skills that you have learned while being a student at the University of the Incarnate Word.
For UIWtv, I'm Ringo Garcia.
If you'd like to donate or learn more about this organization, you can go to their website, littleangelsofmary.org.
The School of Rehabilitation Sciences hosted a team event focusing on rehab this month. This allows students to work with healthcare professionals in different fields of therapy to get a better understanding of their studies and their field of work. Professor of Physical Therapy, Dr. Sarah Luna said, quote, "Students use strategies to communicate effectively while respecting the capabilities of all members of the rehab team." Pop hits and piety sets the tone as special guests, all the way from the Philippines, paid a visit to UIW. Reporter Maurilio Cruz has the story.
The Student Engagement Center at UIW became a space of celebration and reflection as the Bukidnon singing priests performed before a packed audience. Dressed in ceremonial white robes, the priests shared songs of praise and tradition, blending Filipino heritage with spiritual harmony. Throughout the night, the priests switched between robes and formal attire, adding a lighthearted touch to the heartfelt evening. The event, Paring Bukidnon, was more than a concert. It served as a fundraiser for retired and ailing priests in the Diocese of Malay Balay and supported UIW's annual medical mission to the Philippines, a long-standing initiative led by the Etling Center for Civic Leadership and Sustainability. The evening began with a warm welcome from organizers and community leaders, followed by performances that moved the audience to moments of joy and reverence. Among those in attendance was San Antonio Mayor Gina Ortiz Jones, who noted the event's impact on the community.
Really important when we can show the ties between our many cultures. I'm a proud Filipino American. I'm also a proud Catholic. And so to be able to host them here and again, strengthen the ties between our communities and our countries is so important. And I'm thankful we were able to do it.
The concert also drew support from the Archdiocese of San Antonio. Archbishop Gustavo Garcia-Silier shared a message of compassion and connection.
It doesn't have to be in just one faith, but if you have God in your life, you will be more prompt to connect with somebody else and start building community. So what we're doing tonight is precisely that.
The collaboration between UIW and the San Antonio Filipino American Chamber of Commerce was central to making the event possible.
That collaboration really will take us to places. And this is a testament of working together. Yes. Because like what I always say, together we can always do bigger and better things for our community.
From the music to the mission, Paring Bukidnon was a celebration of faith, service, and Filipino identity, reminding all who attended that community can be built through song and strengthened through compassion. And as the night came to a close, the crowd joined together in one final message of gratitude.
Thank you, UIW!
For UIWtv, I'm Maurilio Cruz.
To learn more about SAFC, you can visit their website at fpaccunited.com.
The Louvre Museum was broken into this past week by 3 robbers wearing yellow vests. The thieves broke into the second floor of the Apollo Gallery using a truck-mounted ladder. Once in the room, they cut 2 cases holding the Napoleonic jewels. They grabbed 9 of them and fled back down the ladder, dropping the crown of Empress Eugenie during the escape. Paris police are currently on a manhunt for the suspects of the jewel heist. But now that we're talking about overseas news, let's turn over to our overhead temperatures for the rest of October.
Good afternoon. I'm student meteorologist Khalil Ray, taking a look at our current conditions. As you can see, we're sitting in the upper 80s at about 87 degrees with the south wind at 13 miles an hour. And take a look at that dew point, 66 degrees. Pretty sticky out there, not very comfortable at all, especially if you guys have that hair and you have to deal with that frizziness. But otherwise, taking a look at what we're going to expect over the next few days, we do have a surface low from the northwest, and that is going to be making its way into our area later on. Could bring us some heftier rain chances, as a matter of fact, for the first time in over about a month, and see some heavy rain starting to line up on that I-35 corridor. Could also see some isolated severe thunderstorms as well going into late Friday into Saturday, which is why the Storm Prediction Center actually has a slight risk for our northwest areas, including Bernie, Kerrville, Fredericksburg, Lake Hills, and then a marginal risk for areas to the south like Shirt, San Antonio, Floresville. That is for Friday night, and then as we go into the early Saturday mornings, that line of severe weather is going to shift a little bit more further south, which is why we are still going to be under a marginal risk for most of our forecast area. Now, how is this actually going to look? So we are going to see some couple of isolated showers and storms start to form before going into that, again, those overnight hours. By 4:30 in the morning, we could see a very heavy line of thunderstorms, maybe pretty strong to severe. If you see some of those pink or black areas, that could be indication of some stronger hail. But otherwise, we are going to see some pretty heavy rain come through our area, but things should start to clear up later on by about 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning. Now, if you look at the rest of our 7-day outlook, we can see that we are going to reach still about 90 degrees with some cloudier conditions, again, due to that moisture and that humidity, before we have that cold front starting to push through Friday night into Saturday morning with about a 60 to 70% chance of rain before cooling off just a little bit and drying out, only again for a short time being before, guess what? There's that fall cold front coming in on Tuesday going into Wednesday. So yep, I know all of you guys have been waiting for it, finally here. And for more updates on that fall front, check us out at our YouTube page, UIW Weather.
It's been unusually warm for October, but we're hoping it doesn't feel too bad for trick-or-treating.
The Texas Tribe Fest is hosting their 15th annual festival in downtown Austin next month. Also known as Trip Fest, the event will have over 300 speakers, including Vice President nominee Tim Walz and former President of Mexico, Vicente Fox. It is one of Texas' biggest gatherings, and students are invited to network with professionals and learn new perspectives on current events.
As they are stepping into those roles, they've had a voice in shaping what that needs to look like for them to succeed, for other Texans to succeed, for their communities to be able to thrive.
This event brings people nationwide to discuss issues like healthcare, education, and the environment. TripFest 2025 will last from November 13th through 15th, with a grand downtown festival on Saturday. If you'd like to attend, students and educators can find discounted tickets. Just go to texastribune.org for more information. Well, there's lots of things we can do outside of campus, but of course we want to know what students are doing for Halloween. Carlos De Luna is live at the scene to answer just that. What do you have for us, Carlos?
Hi, I'm in the sec right now with Mariana. Mariana, what are you doing for Halloween?
So me and my friends are gonna go trick-or-treating.
Okay, great. Hopefully y'all get a lot of candy. Monica, what are y'all doing for Halloween?
For Halloween, I'm going to be driving 7 hours to go to Mexico to visit my grandmother.
Okay, hopefully you have a good time. Thank you. Ava, what are you doing for Halloween?
For Halloween, I'm going to go to a concert and then hang out with some friends.
That should be fun. Thank you. And Mac, what are you doing for Halloween?
I'm singing the Outsiders musical at the Majestic Theater.
That should be fun. Thank you. And Sophia, what are you doing for Halloween?
I'll be in Louisiana for the Southland Conference cross country meet.
Okay, good luck. What can you tell me a little more about the meet y'all are having?
So we'll be in Louisiana, and the women's cross country team will be running the 6K, and the men will be running the 8K, and hopefully we can advance to regionals. Go Birds!
Well, good luck to you and your team. Thank you again. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Carlos. Those all sound like fun ideas for Halloween.
Now, Allie, we can't talk about things to do for Halloween without knowing what your costume is.
That's right. Well, this year I'm dressing as Fatso the Clown from Killer Clowns from Outer Space, personally my favorite horror movie.
Well, you know what? I'm dressing up as Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a true classic.
That is definitely a true classic. Well, there's plenty of costumes we can choose from, so let's take a look at this week's social media question. This time we asked, what's your favorite Halloween costume? We'll circle back to our viewers' responses later in the show. For now, stick around. UIWtv will be right back.
What's my routine? I don't know. I guess I just... Well, I eat healthy and I work out. There is help out there for you, and recovery is possible.
How's your day? Good, but I have a lot of work to do, sadly. Well, I'm sure you'll get it all done. Oh, and when you're done, can you help me with something later? Sir? Are you done yet?
You are watching UIWtv.
Welcome back. I'm Danna Ramos, your entertainment insider for today, here to bring you all the latest buzz and entertainment news. Popular streamer Emiru was in the middle of a meet and greet for TwitchCon last Friday when a fan jumped the line in an attempt to sneak a kiss with her. The event team had previously denied Emiru's personal security from joining the event, as they had stopped an event similar in the past. Luckily, a security guard later intervened and drove the man away. Twitch banned the fan from the premises and the app. However, the incident still raises concerns for many Twitch streamers and fans alike. On Wednesday, November 5th, KUIW is hosting a thrift and plate sale at the Dubuis lawn from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So make sure to stop by and grab some food while you browse for some fashion items. All proceeds will go directly to KUIW, the university's internet radio station. If you have any questions or would like to donate any items, make sure to send an email to myself at dvramos@student.uiwtx.edu. Speaking of trendy clothing, at UIW, many students are embracing the growing trend of thrifting. As clothing costs continue to rise, thrifting has become a popular way for students to find stylish outfits at an affordable price, with many shops like Goodwill offering even lower prices through frequent sales.
It's crazy because you end up finding things you really like more than if you were to go to the mall or your favorite store. You find the same things, but it looks better, and obviously for a better price.
Buying used instead of new helps reduce carbon emission by 25%, making thrifting an easy and effective way to live more sustainably. From vintage tops to statement accessories, students say thrifting is also a fun way to express their unique style. Communication students are striving for excellence and networking opportunities through a prestigious honor society. Founded in 1985, Lambda Pi Eta supports students on their academic journey. Lambda Pi Eta is the official honor society for communication studies, and there is a chapter here at UIW.
People who join genuinely want to be there, and I think it's really cool to see how they become better leaders the more they're involved.
Joining Lambda Pi Eta means becoming part of a supportive community where students connect, collaborate, and grow together. Members engage in meaningful networking and volunteer opportunities that build leadership skills and make a positive impact both on campus and in the wider community. Through service projects and outreach events, members give back while strengthening bonds with peers and professionals in the field. With many campus groups to join, go to Student Organization's website to learn more about Lambda Pi Eta. Speaking of having some interest, it's time to hear all the latest hot goss of the music world. Lily Allen is releasing her first studio album in 7 years tomorrow. The 14-song album West End Girl was written by herself and musical director Blue May, with collaboration from Sep Chu and Keto as executive producer. The songs were written in an intense 10-day period in Los Angeles this past December. It must be the lucky week for the number 7, as Myra shares her first song in 7 years, titled Catch My Breath. The Brooklyn-based singer's new song is an 80s pop-inspired song, with contributions from Jen Wassner from The Flock of Dimes and Kevin Morby's Hand Habits project. Well, that's all for this week's Music in a Minute. San Antonio caught the love bug this weekend as the Jonas Brothers returned to the Alamo City to celebrate their 20th anniversary with their Greetings from Their Hometown tour. Featuring acts from Franklin Jonas and the All-American Rejects, the brothers performed hits like Love Me to Heaven, Burn It Up, and Only Human. The trio definitely gave San Antonio the show of a lifetime, and I was there 4th row, and it was more than amazing. If you missed the Jonas Brothers, don't worry, they will be coming back to Texas in December as they perform in Fort Worth for their last few U.S. states. Film Club recently participated in the BEA 48-hour film competition. It challenged students to write, edit, and produce a film within the span of 48 hours. What makes the competition unique is the students are required a prop, a line, a character, and a genre they must use in the film they create.
I came in here wanting to be a screenwriter. I wanted to be a better writer, but I just saw freshman year on the board that, hey, we're having film auditions, and ever since then I fell in love with it.
This project offers students of all backgrounds a chance to work in a production setting, testing students' teamwork and creativity under pressure. Film Club hopes to premiere the film sometime this December. To stay tuned on updates from Film Club, you can visit their Instagram at UIW Film Club. Well, that's all for entertainment, but don't go just yet. For sports, it's up next. For UIWtv, I'm Danna Ramos.
You know, Jamie really needs to start knowing when to mind her own business. Professor Richardson? Whatever. It's just not my place to be sticking my nose into other people's businesses just because of some civic. Maybe she's trying to teach about responsibility.
No, tell me why I got a notification from your account from freaking Cassandra asking if you wanted to hang out.
Listen.
You were supposed to have dinner with me. Would you rather go hang out with Cassandra?
Am
I not good enough for you?
No. We have something to work on, okay?
Do
you have any plans for over the break? No, I don't really have any plans. Just same old, same old. What about you? I mean, I don't have anything, but there's always things I want to do, and I just never end up doing. I don't have to say something, but I should.
All it takes is one person. If you or someone you know is experiencing emotional abuse, text CONNECT to 741741.
Yeah, let's go off the train. I'm heading that way. Yeah, man, I can meet you outside.
They're people, not monsters. If you're struggling, call or visit 211 for help.
Welcome back, Cardinals. My name is Bella Mitchell, your sports anchor for today. Let's dive right in. UIW football played against East Texas A&M this past weekend at a conference game. The East Texas Lions rallied from a fourth quarter deficit to beat the Cardinals at 52-45. This win moves the Lions 2-5 overall, while Incarnate Word falls to a total of 2 wins and 5 losses. Now, the Cardinals still have 5 more football games left this season, so we're still hoping for a comeback. The UIW men's soccer team traveled to Missouri, falling short 0-2 by Lindenwood University and Southern Indiana University, Edwardsville last week. UIW has been consistent about starting games strong and creating more shot opportunities than their opponents. The team remains focused as the season continues, holding a 4-6-5 overall record and looking to break through in the upcoming conference games. UIW's cross-country team competed in the Arturo Barrios Invitational on Friday morning at the Dale Watts cross-country course. The men's team finished in 6th and the women finished in 25th. The team faced strong competition with solid performances, showing progress as the season continues. The Cardinals will return on October 31st at the Southland Conference Championship. The UIW women's basketball team has a new head coach. Jasmine Player comes from Oklahoma State and is more than ready to help the UIW Lady Cardinals compete in the Southland Conference.
You have the team as prepared as possible, and looking ahead at our schedule, we play some really good teams, but we have a team that's really excited about competition, and we try to build the program on being competitive, and so we're excited about it.
The Cardinals open up their season against the 4th-ranked Lady Texas Longhorns on Monday, November 3rd at the Moody Center in Austin, Texas. For those who cannot make the game in person, you can watch the broadcast on ESPN Plus starting at 7 p.m. Formula One United States Grand Prix took place this past weekend, and the drivers were not the only stars in attendance. Many Texas-based celebrities such as Matthew McConaughey and Glenn Powell made their way to the paddock on Sunday for the race. The track was home to some of the best racing by McLaren's Lando Norris and Ferrari's Charles Leclerc. Ultimately, Red Bull's Max Verstappen took first place as singer Shabuzi waved the checkered flag. The next race weekend starts tomorrow in Mexico, so make sure to tune in to ESPN or F1 TV to catch all of the action. The Philadelphia Eagles announced that Brandon Graham will be coming out of retirement for the 2025 season. Graham, who spent the last 15 seasons playing for the team, announced his excitement to return on his podcast stating, "I'm coming back, baby." His return marks a new chapter in his successful career with the Eagles. Penn State pulled the plug, and the college football world is stunned. James Franklin is out as head coach after a disastrous 3-3 start to the 2025 season, capped by a shocking 22-21 home loss to Northwestern. The slide included defeats to Oregon and a winless UCLA team, prompting athletic director Pat Kraft to cite the program's failure to win big games despite Franklin's 12-year run of success. Franklin, visibly shaken, told ESPN's College Game Day the team was on the verge of a title just months ago. He exits with a nearly $50 million buyout while Terry Smith steps in as interim. A new women's pro baseball league is set to launch in 2026 with a team based in Boston. Former Brockton Rox coach Justine Siegel is leading the effort to inspire and create professional opportunities for female baseball players. Tryouts for the league are scheduled for August 2026, with more details about the Boston team coming soon. Now that you're all caught up, let's take a look at this week's games to watch. Women's soccer will be taking on Stephen F. Austin University here in the Nest tonight at 7 p.m. Then UIW football will gear up against the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley this Saturday at 7 p.m. Finally, the Cardinals circle and soar back into the Nest with men's soccer facing off the University of Southern Indiana next week at 7 p.m. And that's a wrap on sports today. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Bella Mitchell. But before we go, let's take a look at our social media question. This week, we asked, what is your favorite Halloween costume? Mine would be when I went as Sharpay Evans from High School Musical. But what did our viewers say, Ryan?
Thanks, Bella. Let's take a look. Clotis has said Garfield. Sage said her go-to was always a cow or a witch. And finally, Carmen said Coraline. Well, I think those are all great picks personally. I'm a personal fan of Coraline. Love that movie. Be sure to follow and comment on Instagram at UIWtv to be featured in our new newscast. And that's all the news we have for today. Thanks for joining us once again, and don't forget to tune in to our next newscast on November 6th.
We hope you guys have had a safe and fun Halloween. Until next time, I'm Ellie Vallor.
And I'm Ryan Treviño, and this has been UIWtv.